Hey everybody, so welcome to another stream. Now with back home, I'm able to do some more weekly streams on the weekends. For this one, what I wanted to do is hopefully finish or at least get the this elevator shaft in a close to done place, and also get the elevator to run between the top floor and all the way to the bottom. Something that I've done over the past few days is working on the elevator shaft, just adding the stairs in the outer structure of the elevator, and a couple of tweaks here and there, mainly like adding some particle effects, some lighting, this ventilation shaft or ventilation tube maybe. Let's see what else. Some of the other things were also around the elevator. I was trying to figure out what to do um, for the elevator doors, and the one that kind of stuck with me was this. It's just interacting with these doors, and I actually might have set this to locked because I wanted to give a little bit of a side quest where you need to enable the elevator by going into one of these side rooms and flipping a switch. So yeah, I was just testing around how the doors would work. So they would both be locked in the beginning. Basically, pretty easy with this setup. I can just switch this to locked, and now both of them would be locked. So that's that. And yeah, I kind of played around a little bit with the texture that Quixel has. It's one of the Megascan textures, just to get them in so both doors kind of look like they belong together. It's not the same texture. There's just, you can see like the scratches coming from this side, going on down here, and also did a little bit of work on the mesh itself to have this kind of stand out a little bit, as you can see, and gives it a little bit more of a 3D effect than just a normal. And of course, just added a handle to the door so that that's there, and also the material for this kind of for the window of the door, because this one was just not transparent with the original one, and so made it a little bit more custom, so that way we can tell when the elevator is on. If I can just turn the light off in here, just like that, you can tell that the elevator is off. And of course, with the door being locked, at that point there could be some instruction given to the player to um, to enable the elevator. So yeah, with that being said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by um, getting this elevator shaft completed. This would be the bottom level here, and you would be able to enter the rest of the bunker. So yeah, let's finish that off. What that would mean is finish off the stairs and the elevator shaft, kind of just all these pieces coming all the way down, and at the bottom, repeating the same entrance that we have here at the top. Re Repeating this, basically kind of the bottom section of it. And yeah, what's kind of cool is that you can see the red on that on the control panel from through the window. So actually, I kind of like that. I just noticed it. Okay, so I'm gonna turn my mic off and let some music play and get to working. Oh, hey, Mike. Hey, it's me. How's it going? I was kind of, I saw the viewers kind of jumping up to like 20 something, and I'm like, nobody's saying anything. It's like, okay, maybe it's just a bug. I've never had anybody that many in the stream. It's actually a video game, and the title of it is just the title of the stream, On Your Own. That's literally what it is, and it's kind of resembling uh, myself being on my own and working on this game. So it's a survival adventure game. Um, some of the action is happening around this location, which is this bunker where a bunch of like the friendly NPCs have taken shelter, and they're gonna be the ones driving the narrative, like the story of the game. And yes, me. This is 4.27. I have yet to move to 4. I mean to 4.5 to 5, and I'm kind of thinking about it, but at this point, it's so. I mean, I've tried it once, I think, when they first released 5, and I think I had some errors, and I'm like, I don't want to deal with the errors, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Um, oh, really? I actually haven't had any issues with it. I mean, yeah, there's kind of like a crash here and there, maybe sometimes due to me doing like undoing multiple times at once, and I have like a really old i5, maybe 4-year-old, 5-year-old i5 with only 16 gigs of RAM. So I'm not sure if it's my computer at that point, but aside from that, all the crashes that I've had were just they were due to my own mistakes. Oh yeah, well that's interesting. Like I haven't, knock on wood, I have yet to run into any kind of issues that would make me like throw my computer away, or kind of just really piss me off. Oh, Steam sessions, I get it. Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully I won't run into any of those. I will definitely, since I do try to do streaming as often as I can, usually weekly, Saturdays and Sundays, if I'm not out. But yeah, so far I haven't had anything that uh, I would want to, quit. Or not quit, but like move from uh, move to something else, to maybe Unreal 5. The plan is to eventually do that, because there's always a lot of there's not going to be any kind of things happening for 4.27 going forward, but for 5, yeah. And kind of the lumen, some it's pretty attractive. So there's a ton of stuff from the marketplace, a ton of stuff that I tweaked. Like for example, this is something that I made. This kind of this elevator controls. Um, then there's a bunch of mega scans. Like you probably noticed this texture for this door. Uh, but the 3D assets I've made myself for it. Let's see. There's like some stuff from Decagon, like some of these things. Then there's this stuff that I've made. So yeah, there's a combination of things. The structure itself, this is something that I've made and textured in Quixel, in Mixer, and so yeah, there's definitely a combination. Like some of these things, these are like marketplace assets, along with these doors, the barrels as well, trash cans. Um, then the hinges. I believe I made the hinges at one point in time. So yeah, there's a combination of a lot of marketplace assets. A lot of them I end up retexturing and transitioning to my general shader. Like I have a master shader that I'm using for all of these. So yeah, let's see. There I actually use quite a bit of Sketchfab, so that's I forgot actually to mention. This is a Sketchfab asset. If you search this small elevator, I could actually tell you what it was because I'm gonna credit the creator in in my game's credits, of course. I can't remember exactly which one this was, but yeah, Sketchfab is also a very good resource for assets and stuff that you don't find on the marketplace. I sometimes look on Sketchfab, and if I can't find it there, then I just make it myself. But yeah, time constraints, having a full-time job and all, it's you know you gotta you gotta give credit where credit is due. The marketplace is amazing. So yeah, it's a combination things, and then I just try to blend them all together into one, hopefully cohesive environment. So yeah, for example, like this one is from Marketplace Pack, but I completely did the materials on this. So, hey manga. So hopefully this me that answers your question. So yeah, definitely a combination with some retexturing. A lot of the stuff that I made, especially when it comes to like architecture world stuff. No, that's fine. That's fine. I just I know there's people that kid bashing and they're like, well, you're not really making a video game. I was like, well, if you were to make this one by yourself, you never complete it. I mean, I know it's taken me a while, so um, but again, I only have this doing this, almost part time sometimes. So yeah, there's weeks that I don't do anything. So manga, yeah, it's I am not. This is just a hobby of mine. Luckily I'm in the IT field for my day job, so that works. Kind of that helps. But um, big production company in robotics, or start working in a small indie studio making hypercar mobile games. It's a tough call. It's a tough call because uh, I've been offered some positions with some kind of like game development, real-time visualization kind of things, but at the same time, I love what I do right now. It does have a variety, and I'm not saturated when I get out of work and want to work on my game. So uh, that's the one thing to think about. So if you want to do uh, game development, I think if you're just building your portfolio, I don't know, like the robotic stuff is sounds pretty awesome. I have to be honest with you. And yeah, it's me. That's exactly exactly how I see it. So the having the ability to use everything on the marketplace and kind of combine it together, even for a full release, I'm okay with it. Because yeah, you won't be seeing this combination in any other place for once, and it's most of people that are gonna play this are not game developers themselves. So I'm willing to bet you a dollar that they're not gonna be able to tell where that thing is coming from. And that's why I also retexture almost all of my assets, just so that yeah, the shape is there. That takes time. But then when I use different textures, kind of not textures, shaders, right? With different textures, I still keep some of the normals and stuff, so it gives that. In the end, you're gonna end up with something that I don't really know where that's coming from. So, and manga, yeah, that's that. It's you also have to look at the financial aspect. I have to say, like um, you do something that you love doing, like game development and all, um, and you're probably not gonna make a lot of money unless you're like some kind of art director, like really somebody high up there, you know. So or some kind of a senior position. And yeah, you're gonna do something fun. But there's also like the crunch stuff. Oh yeah, there you go. There's also like the the crunch timings, and as much as studios want to say that they're not doing it, I'm sure there's gonna be a time where they gotta pull resources, and so it's tough not to do it, especially when there's like a release coming and all that. Well, so Smee, that's one of the things that I actually have quite a lot of fun with is AI. um, oh, hey, hey, Game Dev Mate, how's it going? Great to have you. I've actually, this is I guess this is a pretty good time to stream. Starting Sunday at 2 p.m. I gotta write that down because sometimes I start at noon and I still get some people going. But like right now on a Sunday at starting at around 2 p.m. Eastern time, it seems there's quite a few people. And so Smee, exactly. That's I've never had burnout at my current job, and I don't want to feel that, right? So um, it's you know um, it lets me have enough brain power at the end of the day to do something in Unreal. Yeah, Game Dave. That was the same thing with me and CryEngine. I had to give it up. That was a good learning experience for myself. I got to touch on some C++. It was just things are not happening. Like that's the only thing. The engine is strictly for internal development purposes. Unfortunately, um, it's very hard to onboard somebody with CryEngine. To me, I think it's very hard. So, and of course, they don't have a marketplace. So, if you want to learn something, it's very hard. So, Smee, yeah, one of the things I'm not sure if I've shown you any of the interactions that I currently have with my AI. Um, so let me know, and I can show you a little bit of kind of how it works and some of the stuff that I've done to get some facial animations with the metahumans and combining a metahuman head with one of the generic bodies that you can find on the marketplace. And so that's one of the things that I'm a little scared about when it comes um, to getting this out there. It's not the environment so much as the characters, right? Because um, and I've tried that, but I've never been able to use it properly. So with how easy it is to get a pretty decent metahuman head onto the body of off of a marketplace asset, that works pretty well. So I think once I redo some textures, or kind of grunge it up a little bit, or change some colors, maybe it's gonna look different enough that you're not gonna be able to tell that, oh, you know what, that is the body that I've seen there at some point in time. But yes, what is it? Character creator. I've tried that once, but I was never able to fully get it. I think it's like a paid thing, if I recall correctly, like a subscription. So, game dev, I am still. Oh yeah, I'm still on Discord. So you can actually, if anybody's interested in chatting, uh, and Killik, hello. If you're on the stream, I saw you posted it on your own Discord. I try to be on the Discord server quite as often as I can. Um, and actually, let me post. I think I can send like an invite. How do you do this thing? I kind of forgot. My bad. I'm gonna try and post an invite to the to the on your own server. Sometimes that's a good place to chat. Um, oh yeah, yeah. And Manga, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. And yeah, if you want to check the video later, I'm about to attempt to figure out how to. I haven't done this in a while. To send an invite to the server, and well, where was that? So if anybody else wants to join, um, there's a couple of channels on there. Oh man, why is Discord so damn difficult sometimes? At least it seems that way. So at least here's my Discord ID if anybody wants to chat. And so um, so yeah, this is check this out. I'll quickly give you show you something real quick. Where I think my starting point is somewhere around here. So let me bring one of the metahumans with where is it? Where's the metahuman? Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, it's. I'm wondering if this one's one of them. Friendly. Oh yeah, I think this could do it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll add you in there. And I wish I could like I've literally done it last time, but since uh, I haven't been using it as much because it's a pretty small server, so it's I guess it's through invite people. That doesn't really I guess it makes sense, but so let's see. Yeah, so this is the server. Sometimes people post. Sometimes it's a really small server. So, but in the past I've tried to help people out with they've asked some kind of game development stuff and whatnot. So if if I can help, at least I can point a finger in some kind of direction and they get an idea. So let me see if I can show you what I've done with the metahumans, and they actually turned out pretty good. I mean, they blend with especially with this body really well. Yes, me. Oh, totally. Please do. So this guy. Oh, am I having some buggies with Oh, I must have. Oh, bummer. Well, so I was hoping that I could show you a little bit of the character interaction. So basically, what it does, each one of these folks, these NPCs, interact state. No, it's not an enemy. Can be tweaked based on. I have it down to the bottom, to the to the place where you can like put like a body, a couple of body meshes if you want to change those up. This all the animations being off of the ALS v4. So and then you can add a skeletal mesh. Well, so it's actually pretty simple. It's I was afraid of it. Not afraid. I was always on LSV3, and I've done a lot of work to kind of customize that. And I'm thinking, moving to LSV4, is it worth it? And then I looked at some of the things, and I decided, yeah, it is. And Woodrek, yeah, Romanian, exactly. But speaking English for everybody. And so yeah, basically I combine it with the head and then the groom assets from Metahuman. So then I can give this guy like the groom assets from a female, for example. That's one of the things that I really like about Metahumans is the fact that you can like change these up pretty easily. And the one thing that I've done, there's a little add-on plugin on the marketplace called Metahuman SDK, and that one actually takes a audio file like the speech of a dialogue and converts it into the facial animation. So it doesn't look like perfect, but it does have they their lips move, their eyes are like they have like a couple of emotes, so they can be like concerned or anything like that. And um, and the one thing I can't understand is uh, what was the state that I had to put this in to react, to at least focus, because at least that way you can tell. Let me see if at least he has the not quite. And yeah, so this guy in particular, um, the one thing that I had to tweak, because with the metahumans the head also has the shoulders, and when you parent it to these particular, like the ALS, the shoulders are like sticking up. So that's one of the things that I've done is I've faked it with an opacity, so that's why you can only see the head. But right now the head, let me move it down. Let's see, not entirely sure where the position should be for this guy. I hope it wasn't. Oh, it's not in that. It's got a rotation to it. So is it this guy? Nope. Then it gotta be X. Yeah, I guess it's X. Yeah, so there he goes. And so yeah, basically at this point you can combine a metahuman head with a bunch of other bodies, like this one. This one has quite a few options. Like the vest can be changed. There's some different colors. I can't remember it. They had quite a few, like this one, right? Let's see, where was that? Do I have another one in there? So, yeah, just a little bit of I've shown this in a previous stream, but if anybody's interested, yeah, just taking the head off of a metahuman, because basically that's the first. That's whenever you have a dialogue with a NPC character, that's the first thing you focus on, or that's gonna be the focus of. In my case, I have like a little camera here that I switch to whenever I interact with one of these characters. Um, so that way if I come at him from the side and he's not focusing on me, I switch to this front facing camera that he has to for me to like properly look at it, like I look at the character. So that's one of the things that I've done. I'm not entirely sure why this guy is not, because the face at the moment should have a like a little bit of animation going on, kind of closing eyes, and there's a couple of basic ones that you can do. Like I think one is concerned, one is scared, one is just like a regular idle. So That's one of the things that I've done to that face. And yeah, the grooms work pretty well. One of the things that I've noticed is I'm not sure if this is one of the grooms, but the frame rate drops pretty significantly when you're up close to him. So I might turn this groom into like a leaf cards, I believe is what they call them. Like you can uh, some of this groom asset can be a I can't remember what it was, what the name of it was, but I think it was called a card. It had an extension to it, and here Pixie. But yeah, I mean, I also have a pretty outdated computer, so it's on a more modern machine. It would you'd probably not uh, have an issue, but with mine, it's kind of like doesn't want to do it. So yeah, unfortunately, I guess I introduced some kind of bug in it that it's not allowing me to interact. Let me take a quick peek. I've done some reparenting on my classes here with this being a friendly. It's got a parent of NPC, so off of NPC there's also like the enemy that comes off of that, and yeah. So I must have done some kind of a interesting mess about that made this guy not work properly with oh, let's see. I don't think I need to do that. The face is there. So let's take a quick look at oh, that's what it is. Okay. So I was I was messing about with the talking. I was debugging um, some of the talking animations. So I believe that might have caused the issue. So let me see if I can make it so you can at least see how the where is it? Guess there was some kind of issue with yeah, so that looks a little bit better. It was kind of oddly parented. Huh. Well, that's a bummer. I'm gonna have to fix this. So hopefully on the next stream I'll be able to show a little bit more of what I actually had previously to me messing about and cleaning up my class parenting here. Let me see if the body pose might I was hoping that it might do at least the facial, like the idle facial animations. Where there's like just blinking and some kind of you know, forehead frowning, but that's at least that's a no-go. So my apologies. Hopefully I'll have this fixed by the next stream. That's one of the good things about streaming. It's you get to do some work as well as to find some bugs while you show people stuff. So anyways, I'll have to come back to this guy. But in the meantime, what I wanted to finish was kind of a test run at running the elevator up and down from the top level. And yeah, I think one of the changes, at least with the elevator, also is going to be the controller, because there's only like a top level and a bottom level. So what I might do is because I can't remember if it's like B1, I guess it is, and oops, and that is sitting way too far back. Alright, so that made it all the way to the bottom. Let's see if we go back to the top. I think I might need to restart my engine before that. Sometimes the parenting acts a little odd, because uh, that light is not, even though I parented it, it doesn't follow the elevator up and down. So let's see, I believe it's B2. Yeah, I guess so. And of course, the one thing that I want to do is you know, kind of work on this box, because it's a little bit too and I think it also travels a little too fast. I need to tone down the speed. And but yeah, kind of tweaking this box. It as a placeholder testing purposes, it works great. You know, it's also a really nice resource. Though some of the materials are kind of, you have to figure it out with the textures. They're a little confusing. But yeah, this is definitely not. I wouldn't see it as the type of elevator that would. This would be more like a cage elevator. If you Google those, because I did search for those quite a bit. That would run along this kind of an elevator shaft. So yeah, and but yeah, right now I was mentioning some of the interactions. So these, you know, the friendly NPCs are going to be able to give you quests, and you could see that quest in the beginning. That was something that it's actually another marketplace asset. You know, if you've ever looked at any of these, you probably noticed the graphics. But I was able to tie this in with the inventory that I've built, and also with the kind of the way the weapons are handled. Uh, right now I have like a radial type of setup for the weapons, and of course, if you don't have anything in inventory, nothing happens. You can't access that. Um, let's see what else. So yeah, the quests are going to be added here based on your dialogues with the NPCs. Of course, there might be some quests that are going to be added along the way, like secondary quests, and so that's kind of the quests. A little bit on the. This is something that I've actually made from scratch. This is the one thing that I've made from scratch. This UI, the graphics for it. So you know, they happen in real time. There's no need to apply stuff. So like let's see, post processing, if I switch it to low, then you'll see that there's a bunch of like the blurring and some of the other effects that are getting cut out. Again, with textures, if you set it to low, that might not be instantaneous. Let's see, or maybe that doesn't. I guess I need to change that CVAR. It doesn't really work so well. And so yeah, and then aside from that, there's like a bunch of interactions that you can do with items across the level. There's like the lock picking mechanism. Um, actually, was playing with it just here, so not sure if I've shown it to anybody. There might be some new people on the stream, but let's see if I change this door to lock pickable, and let's call this locked. And let's see, where's the character? So the start is here. Let's just move it into this room. So when you start here, and whenever you interact with it, you can't, because it tells you to find some lockpicks. So let's grab some lockpicks, and then when you lockpick the door, there's again, this is off of the marketplace, this little lockpick, the blueprint itself, but then I just went about and made my own little lock looking thing. So you open the door. There's also like one of the things that I really had a lot of fun with, and was climbing. So this is also a really good, it's called custom movement off of the marketplace. So I ended up blending this in with what's that, with the ALS v4, and let's see, this door is a little busted, so I need to fix that. Along with that, there's also like kind of a custom movement when it comes to crawling. So you can crawl through spaces, so that's going to be part of some of the objectives. And just like the other one, this is, of course, it still needs some help because it was implemented from another marketplace asset, which was it's a crawling, I believe. And especially when you get these on sales, they're great deals. You know, it saves me a lot of time. In the end, that's all that matters. So part of a lot of the I had to change some of the things with the crawling, not the crawling, but the custom movement, because especially when when you have like when you're on the ladder, it works perfect. You know, you only go up and down. I had to limit the viewing angles, mostly because come on, did I just get blocked in here? I guess I must have. I should have exited a little sooner. So one of the things, yeah, that's one of the things that if you do use that, you might want to look into, because especially with ALS, when if you don't limit the yaw angles, what's going to happen is if you go past a certain point looking left and right with ALS, the legs are going to start doing this kind of shimmy, which is like this turn in place mechanism, and I couldn't figure out a way to stop that. So I've actually just limited the viewing angles, like sideways, around the point where that little turning place would start happening. So I got rid of that. But the one thing that that kind of had me going for a little bit is when you go into you know, the ladder is up and down. You know, you're only on one plane. You're not going to change you know, your orientation. But when you have like, you know, ledge climbing like this, right? So I also use these little arrows to kind of point the player at where to look to grab. And so this is also out of the same package, you know, this custom movement. But again, it's something that only goes on one plane. And what I wanted to do is actually, since I'm limiting the angles, you know, like left to right, so I don't cause that issue with the bottom legs kind of doing the shuffle, is I'm actually managed to rotate the player. So whenever I change the angle, whenever it interacts with each one of those climbing points, which in this case you'll see that there are these ledges, because at the end it's going to climb there. So right now it's still facing one way, but then when it gets to this point, I want it to rotate, right? So um, so that way it's a little bit more dynamic than it was originally made, and I can move in different planes. So right now, for example, here, I kind of this is one of the exits of the bunker, and so yeah, actually I can oh actually I no, not really. I was gonna show you where you actually exit the bunker above the terrain, but unfortunately I've moved um, some of the terrain around, and it didn't really. I forgot to move the exit, so the exit actually looks. If I still have it, I don't have it. Where is it? Let's see. Oh, it's this one. So the exit would look kind of like this, and with the nice thing of runtime virtual textures, this can blend in really nicely with the terrain, which I think turns out pretty. Yeah, you can see where this thing begins. So game dev, actually, I'm just using blueprints. All of it is just blueprints, from the save functionality to pretty much everything. There's also there's the plugins, you know, like the dialogue plugin that I think that is mostly C++, aside from the UMG, aside from like the widgets. And but yeah, everything else is blueprints. I it's very fast iterating, and I actually um, you know, that's the one thing that I have time for. And so that works. That was great for me. Anyways, and so back in here, yeah, there you go. I mean, that's definitely one point to go. To me, it was you know, it went really quick with the blueprints. So I was um, you know, so coming from CryEngine, where it was all C++, and going into blueprints, I was it was so nice to see, or like the usability was really good, and I am extremely happy with that. All right, okay, let's see. It's been going for about an hour and 15 minutes, and I think I got pretty much most of what I was planning to do. You know, kind of finishing this elevator shaft, making sure the player can uh, you know, can go up and down with the elevator. Um, Doors open properly. It performs quite okay. Oh, you know, I definitely feel the same way. You don't have to be. You're not a minority. To me, it's more of a matter of time, right? So I I only have so much time, and that's why a lot of the most of the blueprints are, aside from some of these packages that I've implemented into my project. Um, I can manage my way around all my current blueprints that I have. So if I need to make a change, I can get into it and do it, even if it's an external package. So um, I definitely like that about blueprints. Luckily, only mine are spaghetti. But most of the ones that I got off of the marketplace, they're easy enough to read, and I was um, I found it easy enough uh, to get on with them. So So, anyways, I think I'm gonna call it a day for now. I've gotten a couple of notes that I need to fix, so I hope to. I'm gonna definitely do that in the following week. So hopefully by next week we'll be able to look into maybe a little bit of the exterior. And again, with the exterior, a lot of just vegetation assets and whatnot are from the marketplace because I'm not very good at the organic stuff, and there's already amazing stuff on the marketplace. So hopefully we'll do some of the exterior stuff, depending on how I progress with some of my fixes, and I'll definitely try and show the NPC interaction and assigning quests and completing quests because that's also part of questing. And it's me. Oh, totally. Yeah, yeah. I think I've seen you your question asking me that earlier, but yeah, please go ahead. And looking forward to chatting with anyone interested. Well, so with that said, thank you everybody for stopping by. I was so glad to see there were quite a few people present on this stream. That was exciting for me, and I hope to see you next week. I'll try and do it around the same time. I guess that worked out pretty well for folks. So right after 2 p.m. on Sunday, and I'll try to shoot for maybe lunchtime on Monday. Oh, not on Monday. On Saturday. And if I don't see you on one of those days, I hope to see you on the next one. All right. Well, appreciate everybody stopping by. I'm gonna sign off and probably go for a walk. It's always good to take breaks, right? So take care, everybody, and have a great rest of your Sunday and a great week coming up. All right. See you soon. Bye.